Hello, classmates and professor. My research paper is targeted more on the pools of the Olympic Games. It's titled Olympic Pools After the Games. My question is, when it comes to building Olympic-sized pools, do the contractors build these facilities to last to the end of the game, or do they build it to last years to come? Over the length of the semester, learning the extreme detail when it comes to building any type of sporting facility, it really opened my eyes and see how much work it is to actually build one and be successful in it. Growing up, always been I love the water, the pools. So it was an easy choice to pick the pool size and see how they really build it and how they maintain these amazing facilities. Over the semester, we learned about the facilities management, facilities planning, the sites, the designs, the contractors, the system inside the facility, security, maintenance, marketing. That's a huge target for these facilities because they need to make money, and marketing and sales is a huge plus on that side to build it and for it to remain open. And also just once like the main part of the facility, like Olympic Games or like a soccer field, it's mainly about soccer, but they also have to do throughout the year, and you have to plan on opening and having to pay for these employees and lights and just keeping it up. Like I said, being a swimmer all my life, and then after high school, becoming a lifeguard as my first job, the pools really it really drew to me, and wanting to learn more about this target opened my eyes, and from that I really have a passion about pools. It's my focus is on all of these Olympic pools. Do they build these for as a statement as of what they can accomplish as architects and what they can really design, or is it just more of like being able to make it simple and be able to be easy to maintain and to be really safe for the public and the customers and the athletes who use these? The most recent games are the one in Rio in Brazil, the one in China, and the one in London. And then from those three, pretty much only London is the one that really keeps their Olympic pool open year round and being used. A real good example of what not to do is of the games in Rio. How this country really wanted the games, and then they really put it in the low income part of the country, and because of this, the whole country became more in debt than they really thought. I was reading an article saying how 66% of who voted for this game, they didn't want it. And it shows how much the country just wanted to have the games there and just promote, thinking that it would be a good outcome, but it turned out to be the opposite. They spent around $12 billion just for the games to be, just for the facility to be used for 17 days, and that's, in my eyes, I don't really see it worth it, but that's what happens. And now with that pool, the only things that actually use that facility are frogs. It's home for millions of frogs, and that's the only ones that really swim in it now. It's abandoned. And because of this Olympic Games, of this debt, this country went more in unemployment. These employees who work day in, day out were unpaid for weeks. These people who live in homes, they live in cardboard boxes and survive off of that. And because of this, I see that being a waste, and a waste of a brand new facility at the time. Also, to be on the lighter side, I did some research on some facilities that really did overcome and are still being used as today. I'll give you some uh, to show, like the Olympic game that happened in Atlanta in 1996. They turned their facility into like a center of downtown, being able to have live music festivals and summer games, fountains at the community center, and it brings a big positive outcome to the community and to the show how it is possible for them to spend millions, billions of dollars on these facilities, and it can be profitable. The games in the Sydney and Olympics in 2000, they still use it as a sporting facility, music, culture events. The games in Utah, Olympic Park in 2002 for the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. They because of the location, it was able to maintain and have thousands of people a year come and visit. And of course, in the Winter Olympics in 2010 for the Vancouver, it's obviously it's cold. It's always hockey is and skating is a big part of that culture and that lifestyle, and because of that, they were able to build this extreme nice facility and have successful hockey games, skating rooms, basketball games, and sports indoors and outdoors from that facility. And I was lucky enough to have my interview question to be kind of part of this as well. I interview an old manager that I had when I was used to be a lifeguard, and him being more than 10 years in that job and being able to learn more about the maintenance and how really pools stay afloat in that sense. He really showed me, and he really explained how really hard it is to really maintain a facility like any type of pool. And in building Olympic pools, some major parts is how the pool's water system is. It's chlorine or it's salt water, and I've been lucky enough to swim in both type, and obviously the chlorine is more common and more cost effective to maintain and to even operate, and salt water is more for those fancies, a little high end ones, because it being able to swim in one as a swimmer, it feels like the ocean. It's a different environment, and it's if you have the money, it's worth it. But at the end of the day, it's like these facilities, if they're not being used, it's a waste, and I don't see it worth it. And then a great example right now is obviously the Tokyo game that got canceled because of the coronavirus. Games was supposed to be this year, and they built this new $523 million stadium, state of the art, amazing, like in the future style of building. Now they have to postpone until next year, but it's they really do they plan from ahead to have it open year round, to have planning to have 850,000 swimming competitions a year, and have over 150,000 casual users just coming to the pools and enjoying what these games are really about, and about learning how to swim and just having fun and being safe in the water. And that's something I'm really interested in seeing in next year. And finally, it's what I really learned from doing this research project is that it really does take a lot to really maintain and cost, and it's not as easy as you assume, but it's really it takes hundreds, thousands of people to really make a facility successful, and it shows in some areas. In some areas, you can tell that they just did it just to do it, and it didn't pay off at the end. I hope you guys have enjoyed this presentation, and hope you learned something, and hope you guys stay safe in this time. Have a good day.